Draft League is a concept where a group of coaches take turns drafting Pokemon to build the ultimate team, and then battle it out in a regular season followed by the playoffs to determine the champion. My league allowed 8 coaches to draft up to 12 Pokemon to construct the most potent strategies without Legendaries. Yes, we banned Legendaries, Mythicals, Paradox Pokemon, and whatever category these Kung Fu Pandas fall into, because as the only Karen I'd consider taking a complaint from once said, you gotta win with your favorites or something like that. In favorites, I tried to draft until one of my fellow coaches stole my favorite Pokemon from me, and then another one stole another. But we did randomize a snake draft to determine which coach selects a Pokemon first, and although picking first had its perks, I had to pick last every other round. And after carefully constructing the team, a select few Pokemon were chosen as Terra Captains, meaning that these are the only Pokemon who are allowed to terrestrialize for the entire season, and must terrestrialize into one of 3 predetermined types. The purpose of this is to try to ensure balance and hopefully not allow any one Pokemon to sweep the entire format. It also gives your opponent something to plan for, as this is the only information you get to know. The rest is a complete surprise on game day. We'll be playing for the next 8 weeks where every coach will play each other in order to earn seeding for the playoffs, with the best record being the first seed and so on and so forth. I'm about to introduce every coach with a quick recap, so down below let me know who you think is going to take the chip this year with your way too early prediction. And yes, I will be offended if you don't choose me. The first coach to introduce is Salrock. You love him, you know him, his head's probably in a blender somewhere, because that's exactly what I thought of when he was drafting his team. His first pick, a pseudo-legendary. His second pick, another pseudo-legendary. But his third pick, Scizor, who is as cool as a pseudo-legendary, but also picked up some of the biggest stall Pokemon of all time. It'll be interesting to see what kind of strategies he cooks this season, as this is also his first Draft League experience. The next coach is System Errored. Sorry about that, I think that my system had an error, and don't let that logo fool you, because no, he did not draft a Porygon to be on his team. Instead, he chose the Pokemon I wanted as his first pick, Goldengo. And yes, this is the same coach who drafted my precious Primarina. It's hard to tell what exactly his strategy is going to be this year, but one thing is for sure, Primdog is going to be the MVP. Oh, breaking news, what's this? He doesn't even have access to the DLC to use a Primarina? Bro, what the fuck? The next 2 coaches probably have the most Draft League experience this season, but you wouldn't be able to tell by the way they drafted, am I right? Just kidding. I'm the one who doesn't have any clue what they're doing. But Brion AC, no clue if I'm pronouncing that right, drafted Mons like Slowking, Hisuian Samurott, Mandibuzz, and Hisuian Gudra. So it's pretty clear that this looks like a stall team with some hyper-offensive pieces like Baxcalibur, Cinderace, and Hisuian Arcanine. She pretty much has an entire team from Hisui and will probably use some type of ancient battle arts to assert her dominance this year. Our 4th coach is Intel, and you may have noticed that we have another Porygon lover, and yes, this time he actually did draft a Porygon Z. At a glance, he has some of the fastest, most offensive Pokemon in this year's draft, with Meowscarada, Dragapult, and even Blood Moon Ursaluna. Should have banned that thing along with the other bears, but I guess it's too late now. It's hard to tell what the exact strategy on the team might be, but one thing is for sure, his future looks a little cold. You'll see what I mean next week. The next coach and my first opponent is awesomead, and his team is awesome. Charizard, Greninja, both Oses and Metagross and Gyarados, and a Corviknight? It's the Pokemon team my inner child has always wanted. Although some of these Pokemon may look terrifying, one thing's for sure, and that they're all your Flamigo.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
PokéBound was bound by his inner desires and was the first and only coach to draft 4 Pokemon of the same type in a row, and has the record for the most starters on a team with 4, including all 3 Sinnoh starters. He also has the record for the most turtles on a team with 2, and nobody else even has 1.
I like turtles.
And the second to last coach to introduce is Blake, whose first pick of the draft is a Pokemon I'm still willing to trade for, and also the most Terra Captains on a team, which can only put our heads through a blender when trying to game plan for him. Am I right, Sal? But the last and certainly not least maybe coach to introduce is Pokémon John. I drafted 2 separate weather teams with a Drizzle Setter, 2 Swift Swim Mons, 3 Hurricaners, a Thunder Specialist, and an Electro Shotter, as well as a Sun Setter and a Chlorophyll user for 1-turn Solar Beams, and also a few Mons that are solid no matter what. With the teams complete and the schedule set, the first games will be posted to YouTube on Sunday, July 20th, with a recap of the entire league's news posted the following Wednesday that I'm calling PokéCenter. If you want to stay up to date with Draft League content, make sure to leave a like on the video and even sub to the channel to make sure you're notified of the next Draft League news. Until then, I'll talk to you soon.